Yep, she'll let us know. And then you have to roll call. That's, I think it probably adjusts this way. Otherwise, enjoy. I would.
Okay, good.
And actually, I'm glad Katie's here. She can help with the agenda, what I have to say.
All right.
Ready?
Are we on? Are we ready? Okay. All right. Yeah, everybody,
Yeah.
good mic control, makes for a good meeting.
I know that's
Okay.
been a
All right.
problem.
Hello, everyone. We are the Trees and Green Infrastructure Committee, and today is Friday, November 17th, 2023. We are seated in the Commissioners' Room in the City Hall, Rehoboth Beach. I'm going to call the meeting to order at 10:10, and we have a number of items to cover today. We're going to try to expedite this meeting to the extent we can because we have some timing challenges, like our scheduling challenges. Anyway, I'm going to do the roll call. Ms. Huffman,
Here.
Ms. Gay,
Here?
Ms. Downs,
Here.
chairs here. We have a quorum. We're able to conduct business, as they say. We do have a piece of correspondence. It's not included in our agenda. I'm wondering, I don't have a copy of it, but
I have it.
can you kind of summarize or basically?
Well, I can read it into the record.
Okay,
and
why
then-
don't you do
and Ann
that?
can attach it later, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Attach to the meeting later. But do
Yeah.
you want to do the minutes first?
Yeah, I can do the minutes.
Yeah, go ahead,
Okay,
and
let
I'll
me
get
do
the
that.
letter up
Okay, I'm
while you're doing that.
I'm not doing it. I did send minutes out.
Yep.
Hope you all had a chance to look at them.
Yeah.
Anyway, any changes, adjustment? Okay. Anyone make a motion to approve them?
I make a motion to approve.
Second?
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. No opposed? Okay, then.
All right, so let me
Thanks for taking that off the thing. Okay. All right, so now we're going to talk.
Yeah. So Elise Burns sent a letter to the committee for our meeting today. I'll just read, it's fairly short, so I'll just read it. Hello, I'm writing about an inquiry I made back in June concerning a street tree located in front of Epworth Cemetery on Henlopen Avenue. At the time, I brought the tree to the attention of the city arborist as it was creating a hazard for pedestrians, especially on farmers market days. Unfortunately, instead of pruning the tree, the city decided to totally remove the tree without any further communications. I'm writing to inquire about the city's plans to replace the tree. Is the tree on this year's list of replacement street trees? If not, how do we make sure this tree will be on a future list for replacement? Over 20 years ago, a group of neighbors got together to purchase and plant the trees in front of the cemetery. As it's been told to me, at the time, the city and Epworth Church had no plans to plant trees there. The neighbors took it upon themselves to purchase and plant the trees to beautify the entrance to the cemetery. At the very least, they deserve to know what the city's plans are now that the tree ordinance has been passed and the trees are now considered city trees. So I think part of the reason, if I had to guess, part of the reason for the timing of this email is because Liz had told us that the commemorative tree plantings this year, since there wasn't one big city project to do them, that she was going to do street trees around town and fulfill requests for street trees.
Okay.
However, I had asked at one meeting, I don't think it was last month because she wasn't at the last meeting, but the month before that, I asked where those were going to go, and she did not have the list in front of her.
Okay.
Well, now, as we know, Liz will be leaving on December 1st. She is back, I think, the week after Thanksgiving. But I don't know where those trees were planted or even what plans were made for fall tree planting.
Okay.
So that's a loose end that I'd like to try to tie up before she leaves.
Okay. Well, I mean, I think, I know, let me just say that we wish Liz well in her new pursuits, and it's been enjoyable and enlightening to have her be part of our committee here and so forth. So I think we can express that, and I'm going to do like a brief appreciation, but anyway, just so you know, Liz, we're good luck in what you're going to be doing and so forth, and we'll certainly be in touch and in support. But anyway, so I think we just need to kind of keep a list of things. I had a conversation with Evan Miller, the acting city manager, and he assured me that the things that were on her to-do list are being sort of scheduled and dealt with and so forth, and I'll check with him. I can follow up. And so it's just a matter of it's likely not going to be Liz to attend to this, and it's whoever is going to be taking charge and so forth, so we'll just have to maintain a list to,
Do we know who is going to be taking? Do we know who is going to be taking charge?
well, I mean, I would presume Ellen, I mean, she's reporting to Ellen, is she?
Mary Ellen.
Mary
I
Ellen,
don't
Mary
know,
Ellen.
I don't know, I don't
Well,
know. I thought
I'll
she was
I'll have
her
to
own
sort that
department.
out, but, yeah,
Anyway,
okay.
I assume they will replace her full-time.
Yeah,
but-
and just so you know, there was a note that, in the meantime, the consultant that the city uses, Envirotech, the fellow, Todd Fritschman, I think, is sort of on call if there's any reason that he would be needed to attend to something, but, that's just a sort of a short-term, kind of an arrangement, so, but
She'll-
they're gonna be hiring somebody,
She'll be very missed.
Yeah, right, well,
Yeah.
we need, I mean, there was a time when we didn't have a city a city arborist, and, the fact that we've had one for, I'm not sure exactly how many years she's been here, but, enough that she's made a contribution for sure. Anyway, I'll just note here that we're gonna we'll attend to, follow up, Okay, I was going to move on to old business. The first item is update on commemorative tree program fundraising at Farmers Market. I'll basically talk to that. I spoke to Pat Caluzzi, who is the Farmers Market
Manager,
market manager. I thought
market
she had a
manager.
different title.
market manager.
Market manager, there you go. And she assured me that we would be able to do that on this is for the Saturday, it's the Saturday after
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving, that they have this, it's really kind of a pre-Christmas kind of
Yes.
thing. Holiday market, there you go. And I'm not sure when that starts, do you know? I think she said it's like, it's earlier, I think like 10:30 or something like that,
Well,
or we should be there by then.
yeah, I mean, she'll let you know.
Yeah,
but usually,
I'll
I
sort
think
that
it's
out, but I
10
was
to-
just trying to put a
I
little
think
plug
it's
in
10
here
to
if I
2.
could.
Yeah, I think it's 10 to 2.
But
Like the regular market.
And we'll have materials there to kind of drum up
Yes.
support for year-end. This is primarily for year-end giving. We want people to support the commemorative tree program, and therefore, we're going to go out there and twist some arms. Yeah, so, okay. So, any other comments?
Just gonna see if the time.
Yeah,
I
if you want to check
can't,
the time.
Well, they don't seem to have it on the website anyway. Nope.
Okay, well, we'll.
But it does say, I mean, the regular hours are 10 to 2, so it's probably 10
Yeah,
to 2.
right.
Yeah,
Okay,
yes.
all right, so,
Okay. All right.
any other comments on that? Okay.
I'm just glad, I'm really grateful you're going to be doing that. I think that's been important in the past. It's
Yeah.
led to some year-end
Yeah.
donations, which is great.
Right.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
End of year. Yeah,
Giving.
end of year
End
is
of year
solid.
giving.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
And it makes a nice present.
yeah, I think so.
You know, in the interest of time, do we want to defer the second one since we're still doing some legwork and locating photos and everything to, rather than talk about those projects, to just defer that till the next meeting?
If you want, but I would just say what you just said. Okay, or-
Well, I just said it. That we are working on gathering photos for the tree brochure, and we're working on getting a meeting established with people in the city for the online map project to get that restarted.
Okay.
And so I don't have any updates other than we're still working on
I
it.
guess, Katie, would you know, do you know what our problem is, or have you heard about what we're doing? We're looking for stock pictures of trees. And we're having trouble finding those that are not copyright protected. Like, just, for example.
That are like not copyrighted or.
A Bradford
Or you can
tree,
get
for
permission.
example,
Or we
just to
can
take
get
an
permission.
example. We're looking for a stock picture of a bunch of trees for the Stokely project. Any thoughts on where we would find?
So you could go to mobot.org.
What's it called?
Mobot, MOBOT.org. That's Missouri Botanic Garden.
Okay.
They have nice pictures on there.
You think they're not, they're
Well, again, there's just the fact that they're copyrighted is not a huge problem.
As
They
long as we
get-
can
they-
get-
As long as we
yeah.
get permission. It's just that the tree company that created this book that Andrea had, they just don't respond, because that's not their main business. Their main business is they're like a Davy tree competitor.
Right.
And they just happen to publish this book, so it's just hard to reach the right people, and their media inquiries they just don't respond.
The other thing you could do would be to purchase a version of Horticopia.
We don't
But-
have a budget.
Yeah.
Well, that's like probably around $500 to $800.
Yeah, that's a lot.
So I would go to Mobot, or you could potentially go to,
There may be somebody there, Susan, though, who would be more responsive.
Well, I was
than
going to say, an
Mobot.
organization whose mission includes education and a .org, obviously, would, I think, be much more responsive than the tree
Exactly,
company. Yes,
exactly.
definitely. And again, I think that book may be out of print. I think it's possible that no one in the organization knows it exists. So,
let me check to see this other website that you might be able to use. I have to look up a plant name.
why don't we just,
Why don't you get back to Susan?
or, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, okay. Or, and, because Andrea and I are still working on trying to gather those.
Okay.
And otherwise, we do have a budget, we do have a plan, Lynn got us all that.
Yes.
So we just need the pictures
just
and
need-
we're ready to go.
Right.
Okay,
Okay.
all right.
I'm blanking on what, any continued discussion. I thought there was something from last meeting.
On the lecture program?
Yeah,
No, it's
Yes, there is.
it was, okay.
Yes.
That's what it was, that you
Yes,
had talked, so we have a
yes.
date. What, do
So
you know what the date is?
We have a go-ahead from William McAvoy, Bill McAvoy, who is the state arborist, and he has agreed to our date, which was March 8th. He will come and give a lecture. And what he has asked me to get back to him after this meeting is, what would we like him to speak about? So Katie, his thing is, do you know Bill McAvoy?
No.
Okay, he's a state botanist, and his thing is sedges. Yeah. So I need to get back to him. Do you have some suggestions? He said, what would you like me to talk about? So that's not his only thing. He is a state botanist, but that's what he loves.
He loves carex. So,
Give me some, I need to respond to him.
about what he would be, what to talk about?
Yes, and that would be for the big lecture here, like the Talamay lecture and the Wooten lecture.
He could speak about lawn replacement.
We did that. That was our last lecture in October last year. It was on lawn alternatives.
Lawn alternatives, right, he could just speak about sedges for northeastern gardens.
That in itself would be a good topic. I know Elise sent me some information on sedges recently, and I'm not.
Yeah.
If you go on,
That now.
if you go on Mount Cuba,
Yeah.
the Mount Cuba website, they did a really nice lecture earlier this year on sedges for
did?
northeastern
Okay.
gardens,
Okay,
and it was an awesome.
okay. I mean, could that be his topic?
I think so.
Sedges
Yeah, I mean,
for
it's frankly, it's
northeastern-
something I would like to know more about, so.
Done.
Yeah.
They're awesome plants. I
Okay.
mean, they
Yeah.
have a wide range of,
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm looking at pictures of them here. and
done.
there's a lot, yeah.
Sedges and for northeastern gardens.
Right.
Done. Okay.
And then, in the description, because we had to do a little write-up for the one we did last time. In the description, we can explain more what that means.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
Here's
yeah,
the
I think-
title, Close to the Sedge.
What was that, Funky?
Close to the sedge.
Oh,
Okay, all right, good.
Got a million of
And
them.
here's
So March 8th, okay?
I got it.
On the
I got it.
calendar.
And so that will be in this time, in this location and time slot, it'll be our monthly meeting for March.
But that wouldn't be our monthly meeting, would it?
Yes, it would.
It would?
It's the second Friday.
Is it? Good, okay. So
We
I
did
didn't-
that on purpose.
Yep,
Yes,
Just
did that
making
on
sure.
purpose.
Okay.
Yeah,
So,
just means
all
we
right.
can't have any other meeting, or if we do, it has to be before or after that lecture, and probably much shorter than we normally be.
Okay, all right,
Be in lieu of our meeting.
all right.
I would call the lecture Carrick's for Northeastern Gardens.
What, say it again?
Eric?
Carex,
Oh.
Carex. It's the genus name.
C-A-R-E-X.
Well,
Carex?
C.
Yep, I've got it.
C-A-R-E-X. Carex for Northeastern Gardens. That's what the genus of
Okay,
a sedge is.
okay. And let me just hand this down to you. Would you hand this down to her?
Oh, yeah, here's one.
okay,
Okay,
all right.
Okay.
all
Oh,
right,
okay, yeah,
okay,
for us.
all right. So we're moving right along.
Yep.
Okay,
All right.
all right. Item D, just an update of our proposed ivy eradication project at Deauville Beach. And I'll just speak first that Andrea and I visited this site. And what a fertile wonderland it is, but anyway, if we're speaking about the land effectively surrounding the Deauville Beach parking lot, kind of from where Surf Avenue kind of makes a right turn, that corner, and then where the tennis courts are, more to the, I guess, the north, right? It's sort of the northern end of where the tennis courts are. And you can see from kind of bushwhacking through there that, that there has been considerable, the trees are actually, or areas are pretty well rid of the ivy that was growing up in them. But as you approach to the north, and kind of like, and it's that end of it it's probably a little bit more so. And I wouldn't say it's a tremendous area, but size, but there is plenty of stuff in there that I think we would benefit from getting in there and hacking it out or yanking some of this stuff out or whatever. So, and it looks like most of it's in the trees, it's like, or at least that's kind of where it's mostly established and stuff. So I don't think it's going to take, it's certainly not an all-day project. It's probably a couple hours project or something like that. And it sounds like we have some folks who are kind of ready, willing, and able to
Yes.
get involved in it. The question I think now is like, what day are we going to do it? And I think you tell me that that's going to replace our meeting for next, like,
Oh, okay, for the pictures? Oh, sorry, she was just handing me a note.
okay.
I don't know about that, but if you wanted to, you
Well,
wanted to.
actually, I had a discussion, I'll just continue with this. I had a discussion with Evan Miller, our acting city manager, and his only concern was it would count as a meeting, or at least would, for you, it would, if we had three or more, I guess, or whatever. For four or more, from our group.
But I'm not sure we
going to-
would.
I'm not sure we would.
either.
However, if we had four or more from the environmental group, that would still.
not sure you'd have
for
that
the-
either.
Okay, well, we may not, well, we just had to be mindful of that. But anyway,
Right, I
so.
get that, but I don't think that's an
Yeah,
issue,
yeah, well, anyway, we just had to know that.
especially in December.
Yeah, so we can figure that out. But I guess the other thing is just pick a day that we want to do it,
Pick a day. The organizations that have indicated they are interested are the VIA, Rehoboth and Bloom. I think probably some people from the environmental, that remains to be seen because they hadn't had a meeting, and our committee. So those are the four committees. And I think that it would be legit to sort of reach out to anyone who wants to come
Yeah.
and help.
And
Rid us of-
were there some Rehoboth and Bloom folks involved in
Yes,
that? Oh, yeah, okay.
Rehoboth and Bloom, yes. So Rehoboth and Bloom, the VIA,
Yeah.
and probably the environmental, folks from the
They don't
environmental.
have anything scheduled, the Environment Committee meeting.
But in addition, I mean, I think that's why don't we just, if we're not going to write them down and if they have nothing scheduled, let's
Well,
just
the
say.
21st of December theoretically,
Oh,
but that's
well.
after our next meeting.
Okay, well, in any case, I mean, I think we reach out to people and say, you know, if you, I've circulated, or here, right, I have spoken to Lynn, and this is the write-up that you have for the Lines in the Sand call.
Okay.
The questions that are open right now are, who is supervising this? When we rip down the ivy, do we put it into bags and is somebody going to haul it? Do we haul it?
Well, here's what I was going to propose. I have this kind of a trailer that's like a 4x8 trailer.
Mentioned, yes.
Okay, which in my past, I have piled so much junk in this thing,
Okay.
and it can like heap above it. What's that?
Musical interlude.
It was like an E flat, I think. Okay, anyway, I think we can accommodate.
okay.
One thing I didn't get a chance to talk to Evan about, which I think we could do, is like once we made a pile of this stuff, we're gonna haul it away, can I take it over to the city yard and dump it in the back of that, the trash truck they have or whatever? So anyway, so
right.
I think we can figure that out.
Other open question is, do we need anyone from the city with us?
Okay.
And do people need to sign anything? We're not on city property. We're on state
He
property.
didn't indicate that. He seemed to be more concerned about the legal aspect of it and so forth, about, you know, whether or not we have
We have
a quorum.
permission.
Yeah,
Whether we have
and we
permission.
have permission,
And we have
and I told him
permission.
we had permission from
yeah,
this.
we have-
so-
I have
so-
written
so
permission.
As far as he
So.
felt, we're okay as far
Okay.
as that goes.
Okay.
So,
So I think the only other thing then is, if we'd like to get beyond just us, and where do people sign up and pick a date? So that's what's left.
Okay.
Okay?
well, I
So
mean, I think it's for us to.
If
pick
you
the-
want to take a look at just this and tell me what you think of just what I've written here.
I have a question for you, and it doesn't pertain to that specific area, but it is close. I noticed when I was out yesterday, there are quite a few dead trees at the corner of Surf Avenue and where you turn in to go to Henlopen Acres.
Oh, that side.
That side,
Yeah, that's not,
there is one very large dead pine that's there. And I
Okay.
was wondering if there had been any plans. I know somebody was speaking about that earlier. I mean, that might have been in the Park and Shade Tree Committee, but the,
is it on Henlopen, that would be Henlopen Acres though, right?
that would, I don't know whose property.
It's when you
That
come up
would-
that hill,
When you come up that hill, and there's the stop sign there, and you can either go down Henlopen Avenue.
Right.
Or you can turn into Henlopen.
Acres.
And it's right there on the corner by the stop sign.
I think that's the Acres.
That's the Acres
Yeah.
property.
I can find out.
And,
I think we
and,
can find out.
and basically, I mean, they have people coming around all the time. They have a crew that does their,
They do, they have a
Yeah.
maintenance crew.
so they may just need somebody to tell them about that.
Okay, okay. Because it's pretty unsightly right there at the entrance, so just,
Well, anyway, but do we want to propose a date? I mean, I suppose, you know, if people can't, it's going to be the same kind of deal. You know, if people can't make it or something, we'll probably have to propose an alternate date or whatever, but,
Propose a couple of dates.
okay.
I mean, there's no reason why you can't go in December and January and
Yeah.
February. It's,
Okay.
You know,
Yeah,
it's-
okay. I mean, we
can
were
see the
shooting we
vines.
were shooting for the end of this year, but
Right.
if we can't, you know,
got a date? Got a,
what do you think? What Saturdays do we have? I don't have,
Oh, I could look at a calendar here. Hold on.
You know, I think it might be a good idea to like maybe propose 2 or 3 dates and then see who can do it,
You're
who.
looking at Saturdays?
Yeah, I think we said
Saturday.
Okay,
Saturday.
well, so it'd be December 2nd, 9th, 16th. Now, I think the 16th is the Wreaths Across America thing that they do. at
Yeah.
the cemetery.
Is the
So
what?
Wreaths Across America.
Oh,
Yeah,
So that's
yeah, I wouldn't do it
midday,
that. And I think the closer you get to Christmas.
Right, yeah,
so-
exactly.
So,
the
but you
2nd
could
or the
do it.
9th,
2 or 9? Mhm.
2nd or the 9th.
I got the second 9, and then, and I guess like maybe a January
Okay,
date.
so January, you'd have like the 6th or the 13th. I mean, obviously, those are the kinds of days that you have to be prepared for them to get
Right.
canceled if there's a snowstorm
Right,
or something.
okay. Why don't we do that? Why don't we just say these 4 days and just see who's,
Okay.
who's,
Did you get those? Yeah, okay.
what was the January?
Just 6 and 13.
Okay. So if you look at this little write-up here.
yeah, I think it's good.
Where do you sign up?
I think it's, why can't they email,
Where could they sign up? Email who or where?
email me at the city.
Fine, perfect.
Yeah, it's bmarkert
Yep.
at cityofrehoboth.com.
Yep. Okay, so that's any questions, contact. Yeah, gotcha. Bunky, you just solved everything. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll get this to her. Okay.
So this is going in lines in the sandwich?
Yes,
The next one.
please take a look at it
Yeah,
before,
I think it's good,
right
Yeah.
now.
Okay.
yeah.
And you don't know when, she hasn't said, I can't remember when, I think that there was one that came out, I think, this week.
Yes,
And I
there
think
was.
she tries to do them bi-weekly.
Yes. And
So there'd
you
be
know, if we-
one
she's
after
ta-
Thanksgiving.
Yeah, she's taken stuff that we've given her, so I'm not worried that she'll put it in.
Okay.
Okay.
And I think we should follow up the groups that we talked to about, these are the dates, and just to get it from them, so it's not coming through here.
Okay.
Okay,
Just please look at this, because I will take this to her
Alright.
after this meeting, because
Okay.
I'm going to be gone. So
All right.
just look at
Okay.
it for just a
so,
few minutes.
so you won't be around for this, no, man?
Well, depending upon when, I
When?
might come back,
Okay,
You know.
oh, that's good.
but
All right,
go
all right.
on.
Okay.
I think
That's great.
I
That's
think we've
actually real
attended
progress
this.
on
Okay,
Yeah, I think it's
Yeah,
good.
I think it
We
looks
like
good,
it.
yeah.
okay, done,
Okay,
done. All right,
All
this
right.
will go over there.
all right. And now, I'm just gonna move on to new business.
Yes.
This, I don't think, this is just more informational than anything. I think, you wanna? Well,
no, you should-
I guess I'll.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a suggestion, I think, the last workshop, or commissioners' workshop meeting regarding getting a summary of, they're considering making some changes with the committee structure for some of the committees and stuff, and wanted to see a summary of committee accomplishments, and which I feel we have. We
absolutely
have
have them, yeah.
accomplishments, and so we'll be assembling them and passing them on.
Okay,
and
do you
all.
want me to say, I actually looked at it, because they wanted basically the last year, right?
Yeah,
So I put together a little list last night. This is not the final wording, but I put together a list. if you
right,
want me
and
to
I
read that.
certainly say that we're, the things that we have sort of in the hopper and all that,
Right.
I think is
Here.
key, so.
So do you want me to just go through the
Yeah,
okay.
if you don't mind.
Well, one is that we're developing the tree tour brochure and the online tree map. Those things are in the works, having been approved by the commissioners in July of '22. Then there's the commemorative tree program, obviously ongoing, but we're active in the promotion, and actually this year especially, we created a new coordinated effort with staff for the management of the program, because it's really quite complex. The donations come in, they have to be acknowledged, and it goes off to the engraver. They have to be engraved a certain way, a certain size leaf, all of that, and then they have to be installed, and the donor has to be notified. And so the former city manager was very helpful in creating a new system with the city staff for all that to happen efficiently. And we are copied on that, but the staff is mostly taking care of that. But anyway, that's in place. We had one of the biggest things was the presentation we had last October, so I was a little liberal on my 1 year, in that the October was slightly more than a year ago, but it was so important I wanted to include it.
Right.
The presentation here on lawn alternatives. Then this committee also gave input on the proposed approved tree list that was
Right.
part of the tree ordinance. In other
Right.
words, we didn't have input on the ordinance itself, but we had input as a committee on the approved tree list. Arbor Day is the biggie, obviously, and Andrea can talk about all the things that go into that, but we'll want to note that we not only coordinate, we plan and coordinate numerous activities that are in conjunction with Arbor Day, including the school and the art league.
Right. And I think actually it's good to just note that Arbor Day has already started because we have an ongoing relationship with the elementary school, and they are planting trees. They are planting acorns from my backyard. The entire 5th grade got an acorn, and they are going to be planting and watching, charting the growth of, we hope, some of the saplings. So next Arbor Day, we may be able to plant some little saplings that grew over the winter. So we'll see.
And you've taken a motherly role.
I have taken, yes, it is the Andrea Hoffman donation to the
The
school.
only thing I want to add is Jennifer did make some mention of.
And this is because of Jennifer Duncan's idea. This was
Right,
Jennifer's idea.
but she did suggest, and I don't know the person, maybe, and I don't know if she mentioned it or not, but a neighbor of yours who had walnuts.
Yes.
So I'm just thinking, if you wanted to add walnuts in there somehow to the, if you can follow up.
If I can
on it.
find, yes,
Yeah,
walnuts.
yeah.
Where's our walnut tree?
Where are your walnuts?
Oh, Katie.
Well, anyway,
So, and actually, there's two things, and those were the notes I made yesterday, but there were two things to add to it for this list you're going to do. One is the ivy eradication, which we've just planned here
Yes,
today.
which
Yeah.
we have.
Was set for December and January. And the other is the next lecture, the one in March,
Yes,
with Bill McAvoy.
Yeah.
Bill McAvoy.
So I can
And you
send
now have a title for it.
yeah.
Right.
Andrea, can I speak to the acorns? And if you are looking for, oh, look, if you're,
Look like walnuts.
no, I think they might be bitter nuts or
Bitter nuts?
I think they're called bitter nuts, or they might be, what's the other one? I can't think of the other one right now.
Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna, okay.
Yep.
Okay.
But if you're looking for small trees to plant, but nice size, you could check out Shady Oak Farms in, I'll have to get back to you about where it is.
Okay.
But it's close by.
Okay.
And they have some really nice oaks there. They have Shumard oak, and that's an oak that is really fast growing and produces lots of acorns.
What's it?
A
Could you spell?
Shumard oak,
S? Can you spell?
Shumard, maybe?
Mara. Okay.
Shumard. And
Yep.
then
SHUMARD.
And then they have red oaks, and they have willow oaks.
Okay. Oh, okay.
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 Well, look,
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I know.
And they're in 15, I think they have 15, maybe 20-gallon containers, and the caliper size is like maybe an inch and a half. So it's a really nice planting size, easy to plant, easy to dig a hole that size. Because the root ball they root prune, so the root ball is like this big.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
You're
We're
welcome.
really kind of running out of
Okay.
time here, so anyway, I think we've discussed a number of items to include on future agendas, or at least I think we have that. Was there anything else in the
Well,
back?
it would be the ongoing projects.
Yeah,
that
just
I don't know that
ongoing.
we don't have anything new because that's the
Yeah,
new rule, right?
Right,
Nothing
okay,
new.
but we'll follow up on that kind of
All right.
stuff. Next meeting, I think, is,
The regular date would be December the 8th.
okay.
Are we going to have people here?
Oh,
You won't be here.
I might be because
good.
I have something going on the 9th.
Well, I can settle that,
Okay.
I can check with her. and back.
Okay, great, yeah, December the 8th
Okay.
is our date. And I
No,
would be here
no
because planning commission's-
citizens.
Nope, no
Uh,
citizens.
Thank you all for coming. Thanks to Ann for hanging on. I'm going to adjourn this meeting now at 10:44.
Okay.
Okay,
Great.
thank,